Alright, let's get this over with. War number 5, season 22. We thought these guys were going to be quite a bit stronger than they ended up turning out to be, which is obviously good for us, especially for me. You'll see why later. Just checking out their defense here. I'm Patriots doing the organizing for us today, which is good because this was a Saturday and I was chilling with my girlfriend. So yeah, fairly standard defense. Void on the kinetic transference and footloose node was don't think we'd really seen that before, but otherwise everything was fairly standard, sort of what has become the what you'd expect on this map at this tier. So yeah, nothing too surprising. Doing a path I don't ever normally do. In fact, I can't think of a time that I've done this path ever, because I don't really play Ghost in War. So I'm doing path 9 in section 1. It's the shifting hazards path. Normally it's a sort of Ghost or Red Hulk kind of path, of which I have neither. But both the defenses they placed here this time were non-stubborn, so they could be quaked. Which is that's basically just my calling, even though it probably shouldn't be after this war. So yeah, quite unusually, at least recently, I'm not bringing Void to this war. We had a rank 3 Doom boss, which we decided to go with a torch and pre-fight to take down. So, and there was nowhere else where my Void was really needed. There was one fight where we debated bringing him, but decided not to go with it in the end. So yeah, both of these fights on this path are they're fine, but I feel like they weren't great. I definitely was not throughout this whole war. You'll see I was just not on my game whatsoever. Just very jittery, very sloppy, just sloppy. There you go, straight away there, throwing my heavy randomly like that, getting the incinerate on me, just not something I'd ever normally do. I can quake Medusa, it's not one of my preferred to quakes, but I can do it, and I've done it plenty before. So I think, yeah, so I switch up my quake style here to parry style, just seeing if I can be a bit more comfortable playing it like that. It seems to work out a bit better there. So yeah, fairly straightforward. Just a minor slip up there. I think I was probably going to have to use a health potion anyway, so just from the suicide damage. So yeah, next is Morning Star. Again, if we felt that we needed a ghost this war, I'm sure that it would have been doing this path. And I imagine that Medusa was put there just to kind of put off bringing a ghost for this Morning Star, because the ghost would just rinse this Morning Star. She'd get bleed on her, she'd get poison or incinerate on her, so she'll build up those passive furies extremely quickly. So quite a good path design by the opponents with the Medusa there, but definitely not quake proof by any means, which is probably a small oversight. But even so, as you can see, they really got me because I randomly tapped Morning Star there, getting poison on myself again, which obviously reduces my healing even more. So yeah, again, just none of these felt good. They all felt sloppy, and if I'd been a bit more real with myself, I probably wouldn't have tried to take this next fight. We had a Venom who could have taken it, but Quake is the safer option. So I go in with Quake. That link you saw there doesn't really mean anything. I was trying to get in here as quickly as possible because I still had my regen boost on. But then, obviously I didn't really get there in time, so I was rushing into this. You can see I get hit twice right at the start, and then small hits. So I'm thinking at this point, I'm dead. There's no way I can pull this out. I'm absolutely freaking out. I'm throwing my heavies randomly. The degen I'm getting, I had anticipated the degen, and I done the numbers in my head, and I knew I'd be like fine throughout the fight. Like the degen wouldn't kill me, so long as I didn't get hit a bunch. So anyway, I just need one more round of aftershocks to trigger here to get him down. Oh, and I let him hit me again. Oh, and he throws his special. Oh, and I'm dead. And there goes Deathless Season. Incredibly annoying. Incredibly annoying, especially with Quake as well, who I have used in War so much for the past couple of seasons, and I can't think of a time that I've died with her. You know, just to go from last War and how I played then to losing Quake against a Warlock of all things, it's infuriating. Anyway, this one, encroaching stun node. I mean, you've got a Tiger here last couple of wars, and now a Dragon Man. I've decided Doom, so long as it's not something that's anti-Doom. Doom is just the way to go for this node. It's so safe with him. You can keep your power topped up so easily, with the power reserve in particular. And yeah, you can control the opponent's power nicely. You're going to see that as I get into this a bit more, I get really confident actually. This is probably, even though I didn't feel it was great, even though I didn't feel comfortable in the fight for most of it, actually I was really happy with how I went with this to take him down. So you can see after I throw this special 3, I'm just going to work on cycling SP2s constantly, even when he's at basically 3 bars of power. So I'm going to use my light attacks to keep him just below 3 bars of power. Just throwing that for whatever reason. And because of the power reserve, I'm basically always right next to my next SP2. So yeah, I just use my light attacks while the aura's up to keep him just below the 3 bars of power, and just rely on my special 2s to get the fight down really quick. Really happy with how that went. So this next fight, this is the one fight I was debating about bringing Void for, but decided it would probably be it could go really bad, like if he had the powerful from afar on or spite on, and I've got Fear of the Void and Petrify up, and he's just draining power, and he's at 15 rock stacks, so it could come back. So we're going with Quake, trying to redeem myself. I did put an invulnerability boost on for this, just because I was expecting I would take a couple of hits right at the start as I was getting to my wall. As it turned out, I got to my wall without getting hit, but as you can see, I'm going to get hit more anyway. There we go. Yeah. So I decided to actually take that one hit there rather than dex it, because this is a spite node, and I did not want him to get his spite power, especially him throwing his specials while I'm against the wall. Recipe for disaster there. So yeah, just a Quake parry fight. You may have noticed that the global is actually down at this point, because the boss has already been taken. We're just clearing up our right side, but still have to do this as a Quake parry fight because of the spite on this node. But yeah, this is much better. Kind of redeemed Quake. It's funny, you just die to a 565 Warlock in the lower health pool, lower attack rating of Section 1, but then Section 2, rank 3 thing, no problem. It's just weird how that works out. So it's the second more in a row I've been taking out a rank 3 thing. Obviously quite different nodes. So yeah, final fight, Hyperion. This is aspect of evolution, kinetic transference. I'm using Doom here. Yeah, I don't think this is a good placement for Hyperion. Really, I think there's a lot of better options. And again, he's a stubborn defender, but no global nodes down, so we're not going to see any of that interaction. Doom is just going to be about normal Doom cycles, just keeping Hyperion's power under control at all times. Really nothing too difficult. The aspect of evolution, I'm largely just ignoring that because Doom's block proficiency is just crazy high. He's just tanky as hell. And once I get my second Fury up, yeah, this is going to be over very, very quickly. So yeah, I messed up the Doom Cycle there. So that's terrible. Lucky I didn't get punished for it, so I'm just like, oh god, okay, special 3, let's try this again. Because yeah, like I say, I don't think there's a single fight this war. Okay, maybe apart from the Dragon Man and the very last fight I'm going to take. I'm really not happy with how any of them went. But yeah, I managed to get my Doom Cycle correct this time, and he's dead. So, easy time. I think that would have been just the exact same result, even if the global was still up. And final fight is this Sorcerer Supreme. It's the last fight on the map. This is the fight I brought magic for. This is my first time using magic in war, because I only pulled her a month ago, maybe even less than that, and I only recently got her to rank 5 and to a decent sig level. So I'm not doing any fancy magic play here. By this point the war is definitely won, so I'm not bothering to use a power start boost because they are really quite valuable to me, especially if I'm taking blades and transference. They're always nice to kind of have. So yeah, this is just going to be, I just have to bait out one special attack from her, and after that I'm at my special 2, I've got a lockdown, and that's it. Not doing any fancy magic play, no intercepting, just playing completely vanilla, safe. I'm just looking to not take any hits, not contribute any more deaths to my battle group. And yeah, just try and redeem my terrible, terrible start to this war. So yeah, ends up being a really easy fight. I think I've seen some videos of this matchup being done before, and yeah, they pretty much go like this. So yeah, we did end up winning this war. Battle Group 2 died 3 times, which obviously is a bit more than the 1 death we had from the previous one, but there we go. 3 is still great. And the Alliance as a whole, I died, I think, like less than 15 total, which is, if you'd seen the tallies from our first couple of wars, we definitely knocked off the rust and got our A game on. But yeah, that's our war. See you in the next one, when it's hopefully going to be better.